autism spectrum. And it's like high functioning.
Yeah. So he has autism. He has a high functioning form of autism. And she's like, oh, well, does he need medication? Like, how does that work? And he's like, no, but with some counseling, he can learn to lead a normal life. It's just Conor needs the social cues that people know. Conor just needs to learn them. He doesn't like intuitively know that kind of stuff. And she's like, oh no, but thanks for telling me, essentially.
And he's like, you should go be his friend and see him. And she's like, see you later.
But she does say, like, Conor wanted me to let you know this. So Conor, like, wanted Mr. Simpson to tell her. Like, Conor, like, wants to make sure Claire's updated because he's like, you're my friend. Please, I want you to know this. She's
definitely a little freaked out, but she does come around. But she's definitely a little freaked out.
It's a lot to process.
Yeah.
But then we're in art class, I guess, and they're learning about Romeo and Juliet through art.
Yeah, I just wrote, even the art class teaches Shakespeare at this fucking school. And we do get the fake Great Sleeves is playing. Yep.
And then Sav, like, gives Anya a gift, and it's a fork, and she's like, what the fuck is this? And he's like, for when you come to dinner tonight. And she's like, what? Oh my god, I love you, thank you.
Bring your own fork. What the fuck dinner is this?
And then they kiss in class, and the teacher's like, oh, young love.
Which feels like the wrong reaction.
I know, like,
to students
enjoy it
kissing,
while you can.
Like, to students kissing in class, it feels like the wrong reaction.
I feel like it should be the reaction of, stop that now, please.
Please don't do this.
This isn't appropriate for class time. But then the next scene, we see Claire go over to Conor's house, and he's in the basement working on his robot, and she's like, hey, Mr. Simpson told me, and I, like, needed a little bit of time to process, but I'm here. I get what's going on. And she's like, hey, did you know that, like, people think Einstein also had Asperger's syndrome? Like, he also wore the same thing every day. And she's like, comforting him, and is like, I think you're smart, I think you're cool, you're my friend, I don't think you're a freak. And he's like, yay, I'm glad I get to see you before I leave. And she also such a nice moment.
It's really sweet. And she's also like, and you belong in the gifted program at Degrassi, which he does. That's the whole reason he went there, was because they have this gifted program.
It's why he's living with his godparent.
Exactly, like, because they have this gifted program. Like, he does not need to be at a, like, special school, but he should be in an advanced program for this, because that's, like, where he's going to thrive.
Yeah. And then
the expulsion is just a bad fucking move.
Yeah, it's stupid. But then we're at dinner with Anya and Sav and Sav's family, and then his parents are like, and Sav's like, isn't the thing that Anya brought delicious? And they're like, yeah. So now we need to talk to you.
It's like, yeah, it's great. You guys can't date because eventually you're going to have to break up because Sav is going to have to marry someone who's Indian. And Anya's like, I'll convert to, like, being Muslim. I've been reading the Quran. And they're like, yeah, that's not really the issue.
But also, you're not Indian, so no. But I'm also, in my brain, I'm just like, parents. And they're like, we don't think either of you should be in a relationship that has no future. And I'm like, guys, most high school relationships have no future. Let them fucking ride it out, get it out of their system. If you protest too much, they will cling to it harder. Let them burn out, and it'll fizzle out on its own. They're goddamn 17. Come on, guys.
I feel like so many parents on TV, like, don't get that.
I know.
But, like, I feel like parents in life kind of, like, my parents did for sure.
Yeah.
Like, if they didn't approve of someone I was dating, they never said so because they knew that I would date them harder.
Exactly. It's like 101. It's like dating 101. Come on, guys.
I was like never banned from seeing people who were definitely not good for me.
Because that makes you want them more.
Exactly. Because my parents were like, oh no, we know how being a teenager works because we are humans in the world.
Exactly. It's stupid.
TV parents are dumb.
I don't get it. And they're like, oh no. So then we are back at school the next day. And Allie and Casey are with the Shep, and he's like, all right, now it's time for me to film my statement.
Well, he does compliment them. He's like, you kids did a great job. And I'm like, well, at least he's not being a dick right this second.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Because they're going along with this bullshit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Allie and Casey, I'm still disappointed in you for helping him with this nonsense. And then Claire comes in and starts fucking calling him out. And she's like, Conor deserves to be here. Like, you can't punish someone for being different. Like, he has he has Asperger's syndrome. You can't just expel him for that. And meanwhile, the camera is rolling the whole time. And
camera's still rolling.
And she's calling him out, and she's like, you don't deserve this award. And he's like, well, you need to shut up, you little bitch. Or he says something like, he calls her a bitch. I don't really remember. He calls her a little bitch.
Yeah, no, because she's basically like, you know, you can't just, like, get rid of someone because they're different. And he's like, I do what I want, motherfucker. And she's like, you just wish the entire school was jocks and everyone was the same. And he was like, whatever. And she's like, you don't deserve this award. And he's like, well, you're a little bitch. Yeah. And it's mic drop. Everyone goes crazy. Gasped. I did too. I was like, oh my God. He literally, an adult called a young child a bitch.
Like,
in a like power position.
This man does not deserve to be, this man should not be in a position of power. Like, seriously. Go away. And then he, like, storms out and he's like, never mind about the statement. I'll do it live. And then both of us were like, fuck it, we're doing it live. He is very Bill O'Reilly-esque.
I know.
And then he, like, storms away. And then Casey's like, well, why don't we just show them, like, the real Shep? And I'm like, God, finally stepping up, Casey. Jesus, took you long enough.
It takes him forever to get to it.
And then they're, like, going into the gym. Oh, I forgot to note in Fashion Please. Allie's wearing, like, a crazy, like, lime green and blue, like, tie-dye shirt thing. Oh, yeah. That's really bad.
Why is that happening?
I don't know. But then they're in the gym, and it's like, oh, Shep's on stage. It's the whole thing. And then he's like, and they made a video for me. And then they, like, replays the scene that just happened. And I'm like, yes, in front of the whole school. This is great. And then after the video plays,
everyone gasps and is like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And Claire stands up and she's like, you don't deserve this, blah, 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 whatever. And then Casey stands up with her, and then Allie stands up with her, like, but Allie just looks like, Allie, like, stands up and eye rolls, basically, because she's still Allie. I guess. And then Jane,
Jane steps up, and Jane just steps up and, like, stares daggers at Shep, and she's like, you know why. And I'm like, yes, you do know why, you fucking asshole.
Oh my God, I love Jane so much.
And then, like, Danny stands up, and then like, the whole gym just, like, walks out, and then they walk out into the front of the school, and then they start chanting, like, no more Shep, no more Shep. And then the president of the school board, like, comes up to Claire, and she's like, I hear that you're responsible for this. Can you please tell me everything? And Claire's like, well, it started with the lamp. And it's like, yes, tell the president of the school board, get Shep kicked out of here. He needs to leave.
Seriously, can I make a note about this principal of the school board?
Yes.
I feel like she got wrong direction from the director, because the words she's saying support Claire, but the way she's saying it is very accusatory.
I think we're supposed to think that it's going to be a scary thing, like that Claire might get in trouble. And then she's like, but tell me everything. And then it's like, oh, wait, no, this is a good thing. I feel like maybe, but maybe. I don't know.
I felt like it was a little bit, like, mixed messagey.
Yeah. I think maybe, yeah, I don't know. It was weird. But then the next day, Sav comes up to Anya, and she's like, thanks for putting that, like, I can't believe you put me in that situation in the first place, where you didn't even stand up for me. And Sav's like, actually, I did, but maybe it was too late. After you left, I told my parents I'm going to date you anyway. They were mad, but, like, whatever, I'm going to do it.
And then she's like, I love you. I have notes on this as well. First of all, Anya, like, really annoys me. I just can't stop with how much she annoys me, and I don't want her to. There's, like, nothing openly offensive about her. She just, like, bugs me. But also, she's, like, her stuff with Sav is really annoying, because she's like, you, like, pulled me into this, like, weird thing. And I'm like, first of all, you asked to be, like, in
you
this.
Wanted, he's warned you this whole time.
The whole time.
Parents are not going to approve. And you still continue to be like, but you won't introduce me to your family. You're embarrassed. Like, you won't even try. And then he finally fucking does it. And she's like, I can't believe you put me in that situation.
Which, like,
it's like, you knew this was a possibility.
You fucking dummy. And then also, she's like, you didn't stand up for me. But he did. Like, during the conversation, he's like, I thought you guys were going to, like, try to be okay about this while she's there. And she's like, yeah, he wasn't like, I'm going to date her anyway, like, in front of her. But he was, like, he was also, like,
he was taken aback.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he did it, and then he did it after she left, and she's like, I love you, great. And then they, like, kiss, and it's like, okay, fine, whatever. Who
cares?
But then we see on the morning announcements that Mr. Simpson is going to be the acting principal.
Yeah.
Because Shep has to go to sensitivity training.
LOL.
And Claire is like, what? He's not fired? And Allie is like, yeah, my dad was telling me that it's almost impossible to fire a teacher, even when it's, like, Shep. But it's like, well, at least he's going to fucking sensitivity training, sure. And then on the announcements, Mr. Simpson is like, Claire, Casey, and Allie, like, come to the MI room. And they're like, what? And then Connor's there. And it's like, yay.
And it's so nice.
He's back, and he has his lamp, and it's safety-proofed.
And it's so good. And Casey is, like, trying to learn about it. He's like, how does it feel? And like, Connor's like, feels great.
And he's like, it's good to know what's going on. And, like, now, I also know, like, when to apologize. Allie, I'm really sorry for pushing you down.
And she says like, that she's sorry, too, which I thought was nice. Instead of being like, it's okay, she's also, like, sorry about, like, the pencil situation.
Like, oh, yay.
And then, he also is like, and now I know that there are other people like me.
Yeah.
And it's like, yes, Conor.
And then that's how it ends. And
it's
we're
very
so
good.
happy that he's back.
It's so good.
But... yeah, that's the end of the episode.
It was just a feel-good ep, guys.
It was good.
I just, like, I'm feeling real positive after this situation.
But we do have a YouTube comment.
This is one from Roger 1 year ago, and it says, I didn't even notice he wore the same shit every day, LOL. Which I didn't
really either.
But maybe it's just because Claire wears the same thing every day that it seems like almost like they're cartoon characters.
Yeah, but also Claire wears the same thing every day, and I feel like hers is more noticeable because it's like a uniform, whereas he just wears like a t-shirt and a sweatshirt, so it's like not really noticeable.
Also, Claire didn't notice that he wore the same thing every day.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, nice. But okay, Spirit's going to happen in the episode is obviously Claire.
Duh.
She's amazing. Ship of the episode. I guess Sav and Anya, sure. I don't really care.
Casey and Claire.
I guess.
Whatever.
I'm still not on board for Casey.
Casey is still a serial killer, and I'm also not super on board for Casey, but at least he comes around at the end.
I guess so. Moral. Don't punish people for being different. Stand up to bullies and call out people who are like abusing power, because that shit needs to be put in check.
Damn right to all these things.
All right, so Grapevine. I know we have a review from Kirsten.
Yay!
Woo! So she said that she wants to be shipped with Miles from Next Class, aka Plaid Shirt Guy.
I think it's your turn.
It is my turn, so I gotta figure it out. All right, I got it. So I just Googled him and found out he was a rich bad boy, and that's all the information I need. So, we're all in high school. We're in high school age. And you guys are in class together. And you, like, get your tests back on this test that you just took. And you did really well, and you're really excited about it. But guess who did not do so hot? Fucking Miles, plaid shirt man. And he's bumming out about it, and he knows that you're really smart. And he's like, and he asks you earnestly for tutoring help. So you're like, ugh, what is this douchebag need my help for? Whatever, I guess I'll help him. He's cute. I can stare at him. It's fine. So you have like multiple tutoring sessions, and you start to learn more about him, and that he's actually just a softie, and he just wants like to do well on this test so he can graduate. And he's already disappointed his father so many times, and he just wants to like get on his good side. And then you like kind of start to have a little bit of a love connection. It gets a little flirtier. You're helping him with this like study for this next big test, and the test happens, and you find out that he does really well. He gets a B, and it's like, yay, that's so exciting. And he's so excited about it. And he like lifts you up and twirls you around and like kisses you in the hallway. And you're both like, oh, wait, what's happening? What is this happening? And then I'm just going to let you decide where it goes from there. Are you going to be like the Nathan and Haley of Degrassi.
Yes.
Or, I don't know. We'll just see where it takes you.
Be the Nathan and Haley of everything.
That's my fan fiction for you.
So good. Be the Nathan and Haley of all things.
I almost made you, like, go down to a dog